Hello again everyone, I'm on my Jack Jones today. I haven't had an argument with anyone, I just fancied doing a solo one for a change. I'm in Walberswick on the Suffolk coast. Behind me is the lovely coastal town of Southwold. I went here a long time ago when I did the Suffolk Coast Path. In fact, sort of coming back here, sort of walked back some fond memories, and we're in the car park here by the beach huts and stuff. The walk is from 50 Walks in Suffolk. It's only a short walk. I plan on wild camping tonight. I've got my Rab Ridge Raider hooped bivvy with me. So yeah, the walk is, if I can find it, it's 4.25 miles long. It should take about an hour and a half. As you can see here, already some history. We've got these big concrete blocks, the World War II anti-tank traps. And yeah, the River Blyth also joins the sea here as well. Goes past Blyth. Of course, I've done a walk there as well. I believe we're heading back into the village. Enough talking, and let's get walking. Walberswick is a wonderful place to walk, fish for crabs, and enjoy good food and drink. You can explore some of the loveliest and wildest countryside anywhere on the Suffolk coast. In summer you can take a ferry to Southwold or cross on the Bailey Bridge half a mile upstream. The bridge was built for the old railway which ran from Southwold to Halesworth. Walberswick may only be a mile and a brief ferry ride away from Southwold, but this little community on the west bank of the River Blyth inhabits a completely different world. The pier, the parades of shops, the ice creams and the tourists are replaced by cottages, a village green, arts and crafts, and outside the very height of summer, an air of solemnness. With the marshland just outside the village classified an area of outstanding natural beauty, it's the perfect place to slip away to if the hurly-burly of Southwold gets too much. It wasn't always so. In the 15th century, Walberswick had a thriving harbour with a large fishing fleet. However, when the harbour silted up, the port went into decline. It is only recently that it has discovered a new lease of life as an artist's colony, though now villagers' worries do not centre on silt, but on whether the existing coastal defences will provide sufficient to prevent a disastrous incursion from the sea. They evidently have no wish for their village to go the same way as nearby Dunwich, which was a port similar in size and importance to London, until a storm surge swept the greater proportion of the town into the sea in 1286. This National Nature Reserve is one of the most diverse sites in the UK, with an internationally important and unique grouping of habitats in a small area. These include the reed bed at Westwood marshes, one of the largest reed beds in the UK, heath, grassland, grazing marshes, woodlands, shingle, saline lagoons, and the mudflats and salt marshes of the Blyth estuary. The site is also internationally important for its enormous variety of bird life. Corporation Marshes behind me. It's amazing. Sky's got a little bit darker recently, so hopefully we're not due too much rain. It's going to be a cloudy night. I think it's going to get down to about 3 or 4 degrees Celsius, so it's not too bad really. We'll see how it goes, could all change. But for the time being, it's just nice to be out on my own for a change. I just need the break from people, you know, from time to time, and I haven't done one of these solo walks and camps for quite a while, so I might do sort of a few more sort of in the coming weeks really. But no doubt, of course, I will get back to doing group hikes and stuff like that. I've got some stuff planned. Oh, there's a pillbox there as well, World War II. You've got this gorse, this like heath sort of stuff with the yellow flowers, you see. And look at this view, seas out there. I'm probably going to try and camp somewhere on the coast tonight over there. I remember when I did the coast path years ago, that's like quite a quiet stretch along there before you get to Dunwich. I can see the ruined windmill out in the marshes, just standing on its own, and I believe we go past that. There it is. Amazing. I've wanted to do this walk for a long time. I am going to go and check out this pillbox though first. Okay, little steps leading down into it. Oh yeah, it's a really small pillbox, this one. You could just about fit a bivvy bag in it if you wanted to. So of course you can't see behind inland, so this would have literally guarded the coast, because I don't know if you can see the glare, but through there anyway you can see out to the sea, Sizewell nuclear power station. Yeah, cool. Imagine being stationed here though in the winter and stuff. It must have been horrible. Just to the south lies the Suffolk Coast National Nature Reserve, part flooded in 1940 in an attempt to prevent any future invasion. A vast expanse of reed and marsh is home to bitterns, marsh harriers and otters. In winter you will see signs of the reed cutters. Whole areas are mown to provide reed for thatching and other uses. Forging inland for around 2.5 miles, the Westwood marshes may well be the largest single block of freshwater reed bed in Britain. In the 18th century it was reclaimed in order to graze livestock on it, but was reflooded during World War II to form a defensive barrier against invasion. It is now part of the Walberswick National Nature Reserve and is home to bearded tits, he said tits, water rails, bitterns and marsh harriers. Built around 1798, the Westwood Marshes Mill began life as a 3-storey tower mill and was worked by wind until 1940. It was damaged during the Second World War when it was used for target practice, and was repaired in the 1950s. However, it suffered an arson attack in 1966 and has since remained in a derelict condition. Westwood Marshes, part of the Suffolk Coast Nature Reserve, is the largest freshwater reed bed in the county, having been reclaimed from salt marsh during the late 16th century. This scenic route takes you along the beach, across sand dunes, over lonely marshes and through reed beds beside stretches of the slowly moving Dunwich River. Here you may catch sight of rare birds such as the hen harrier or hear the elusive booming bittern. After crossing an open access area of heather and gorse, there are picturesque views of the River Blyth and Southwold Harbour to be admired. Walberswick village offers galleries, craft and gift shops. The annual British Open Crabbing Championship takes place here, usually in August, with children trying to catch the heaviest crab by means of line and bait. It's about 4:45 now, and obviously it's staying a little bit lighter now, which is good. because it's still not dark yet. To think only a couple of months ago it was like dark at like 4 o'clock. It's horrible. I would love to do the Suffolk Coast Path again. It is absolutely brilliant when I did it, and my dog Max had just passed away. We had to have him put down, and I don't know really, I suppose I just needed to get away from it all. And I remember literally I just packed a rucksack. I didn't even think about, you know, how I'd get there, what I was doing, and I literally, I know it sounds like something out of a film, but honestly I just packed a rucksack, threw like my British Army bivvy bag in the rucksack. Yeah, I think I did it in jeans or something stupid, like literally it was like really completely like, sorry, what's the word, like spontaneous. You know, got me train ticket and just went, right, I'm going up there. I think I had a map. Honestly, I can't remember. I think I had the guidebook, that was it. I think I might have had a couple of maps, but I pretty much winged it and just followed the signs. And yeah, just whenever I'm on the Suffolk coast, it just brings back memories of that week that I spent. It was about 4 days I took to do it on my own, and it was absolutely brilliant. Come the third day though, I was pretty homesick and I just wanted to be around people again, but yeah, absolutely magical. And yeah, the great outdoors I think gives us some of our greatest memories and stuff, you know, stuff that you'll remember forever. You don't remember drunken nights out and stuff like that, but you remember stuff like this, and yeah, it's brilliant. It's great fun. Right, I'm rambling on a bit, trying to keep these videos a bit shorter. So right, yeah, we'll soon be at the River Blyth. We've reached the River Blyth and we'll be turning right here now and heading that way back to Walberswick. Apologies for the low light, guys. It's gone 5 o'clock now, but what a lovely way to end what's been a really good walk. It's an absolutely beautiful river. It leads out to the estuary, and you've got all these like little fishing shacks and stuff and boats moored up here. They do boat repairs along here. They catch fish, bring fish in, and you can buy it straight off of like the quay here. It's probably been like that for, you know, hundreds of years, and it's just beautiful. You know, this has been untouched by you know, modern civilization. Hopefully these places will remain this way. Walberswick Harbour was so important to the early settlement here that it featured in its name. Wick is the Saxon word for harbour. In summer a foot ferry can carry you to the Southwold side of the river. Alternatively, you can walk along the river wall half a mile to the Bailey Bridge where the railway used to cross. In medieval times, due to trade and shipbuilding, Walberswick was a prosperous town. In the 15th century, a large church, St Andrew's, was built to replace the smaller medieval one. In the 17th century, St Andrew's was rebuilt as a smaller church due to Walberswick's shrinking population, but retained its grand tower as a landmark for ships at sea. I'm back at the car and there's a little bit of rain in the air, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit and sort of wait it out for sort of half hour or so. It's about 5:30 now. That light there, that's the lighthouse at Southwold, the other side of the River Blyth. So yeah, what I'm going to be doing, if we're not going to be able to see too much, I've got my head torch on now, is up that way is the beach huts and the beach. So what I'll do is, yeah, once sort of the rain's cleared a little bit, I'm going to go up there, have a little look, check to see kind of what the terrain's like, you know, if it's shingle, if there's any grassy areas, and yeah, set up camp. So welcome back everyone. As you can see, I'm all set up. I've got the Rab Ridge Raider hoop bivvy tonight. I've got my 2 little bottles, Nalgene Trail products, the rare Nalgene bottles from Kai for my 30th birthday. Cheers fella. Started bringing this little foam sit pad along. It also acts as like a back frame for the Gossamer Gear Mariposa rucksack. The waves are sort of just out there in the distance. I'm I don't know, probably a mile, maybe not quite that, from Walberswick. There's this lighthouse again at Southwold. So I'm fairly far enough away from civilization, just along a section of the Suffolk Coast Path. And yeah, I just found this little ledge here to pitch myself up on. Hopefully the tide shouldn't come in anymore. I think we're all right. Stoves tonight. I've got the little Outkit Kraku from Kai. Once again, cheers, mate. Little titanium stove. I've got a new tin of gas to go with it. The OEX stand. Got the BCB Fire Dragon stove, but with solid fuel tablets in it. That's just lights and electronic equipment, stuff like that in there. That's my food bag. Cook pots, they're Outkit as well, titanium, always bring them. Cider tonight, I've just bought the one, and that's Thatcher's Old Rascal Somerset cider, full bodied, medium dry. It's a 4.5%. That one was kindly bought for me by Owen, Albion Camping, for my 30th birthday again. Cheers, fella. Yeah, got the same sort of setup as usual really. Inside, I've got my down sleeping bag, one that I always bring. Got me softy trousers in here, me down jacket, down booties are up the back in here somewhere. The dry bag, that has got my Osprey Talon 33 litre rucksack in. I've got my stuff sack pillow. So it's a stuff sack, turn it inside out, turns it into a really nice pillow. That's got all the bags for the shelter, just spare bits and bobs in there really to make a nice pillow. And I've got my little OEX self-inflating pillow over the back there. Somewhere under this, that's my bag of goodies and odds and ends and maps. Then somewhere under it, sleeping bag, Thermarest, Z-Light. And then under that I've got the red OEX self-inflating half pad, as always. It's my my sleep system of choice. That seems to do the trick every time. I've narrowed it down after many different failed attempts at finding something that works. That's what works for me. Banging. Yeah, that's me setup. I'm going to crack that little bastard open, get some food going, and listen to the sound of the waves. And I've got the beach to myself. This is banging. So first up, I'm using me BCB Fire Dragon stove, but with a solid fuel tablet and half a fire lighter in it, just to boil up some water for my first hot chocolate and coffee combo of the night. So we've got pasta and sauce by Bachelor's, tomato, onion and herb. We've got some vegetable flavour super noodles. We've got a couple of protein bars and yoghurt bars. Yeah, that's dinner really. Got another hot chocolate and coffee combo over the back behind the cider. Yeah, and then I've got plenty in the green food bag there for breakfast tomorrow. Yeah, it's a good little stove that. Did the job pretty quickly with a new tank of gas on it, so sort of got it sheltered sort of between the bivvy, some stuff, and this little bit of seagrass, so sort of kept out the wind, and yeah, worked a treat. So yeah, tonight's cider kindly given to me by Owen of Albion Camping. Cheers again, pal. So yeah, it's by Thatcher's. It's an Old Rascal. It's full bodied and it's a medium dry, and it's from Somerset. 4.5%. So it says at the top, family cider makers, full bodied character, medium dry flavour, Somerset cider, beware the rascal. Old Rascal's full bodied character comes from our choice of bittersweet apples, including Red Streak, Dabinet and Tremlets, creating this medium dry cider's distinctive flavour. Cheers Owen, and cheers everyone for watching. Oh, that's quite nice. Oh, that's decent. It's got a sort of an aspal quality taste to it. It I don't know, something. It just tastes very sensible and kind of like sort of, I don't know, something an older bloke would probably drink. Definitely. Maybe it's a sign of my age now. I don't know. It's nice though. I don't mind a few Thatcher's ciders. It's Henry Weston's I'm not a fan of, but Thatcher's makes some half decent ones. This one's one of the better ones, definitely. It's nice and cold as well. Wind's picked up a little bit, by the way, but not too much. So yeah, temperature has dropped a tad. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. It's not bad. Nice one, Owen. Cheers, mate. Cheers, everyone. Well, welcome back, everyone. It's been quite a while since I last spoke to you. I've been in the Bivvy for about 2.5, probably nearly 3 hours. We sort of had a little bit of rain. The wind's picked up a bit. The rain's sort of on and off though. It's nothing too bad though. You can probably hear the waves in the background. They came a little bit further up the beach, but I'm still far enough back. So yeah, I should be absolutely fine. So it's about 12:30 now. High tide was at 11:30, so low tide's at just after 6 AM. It's been good though, all in all. It's pretty toasty in here. I'm not even in the sleeping bag yet, and I'm still staying pretty warm, so should be fine. Anyway, I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, everyone. It's about 7:15. The wind's died down a little bit. The tide has gone back out. It's been out just over an hour now, so it's a lot quieter. The waves were quite noisy last night, but I got a really good night's sleep. Woke up and yeah, felt like I'd had a pretty deep sleep. It's pretty good. And I was toasty as well, very, very warm. I think we had a little bit more rain in the night, but yeah, and it's sort of, I think it's on and off at the moment, but I've awoke to some really nice views. Looks really good, so I'll show you those in a minute. So yeah, I'm just going to get some brekkie on the go. I've got sort of mostly cold stuff that doesn't require cooking, but I do want to boil up some water for a hot drink. Tom Outdoors goes coastal. How nice is this? Wow. A couple of people walking down the beach there. And there's my my little setup. Turns out I weren't as far away from civilization as I thought. Other side of Corporation Marshes here, where I was earlier, there's a hello, morning. Whoops, oh well. And then my car's parked back down that way. Oh, look at this. Yeah, I haven't seen a sunrise on a wild camp for a long time. I'll tell you what, this will be a memorable one, this. Unbelievable. The moon is still out just over there. And yeah, you can also see the ruined windmill in Westwood marshes, just over there where it was earlier, or yesterday should I say, on the day walk. Yeah, the church of St Andrews just behind the trees there, so we're going to go and have a look at that when I get back to the car. There's Southwold, other side of the River Blyth, and there's the lighthouse. Of course that's where Southwold, that's where Adnams Brewery is based as well, so it supplies a lot of the local pubs and stuff. Right, well, as you can see, I'm all packed up, leaving no trace. I'm heading back that way to the car. It's not far, I've got about 10 minutes before the free parking ends at the car park. Not that there's anyone there to give you a ticket or anything. It's pretty quiet around here, let's be honest. It's pretty decent. Yeah, it was a really good wild camp that, and it's good to get out and do a solo one again. See you back at the car. Right, I'm going to get the stuff in the car and drive round to St Andrew's Parish Church. As I say, there's sort of ruins of the old church within the graveyard, sort of a little bit like a Cove Height, which is just north of here along the coast. So yeah, I'll see you there. Okay, we're back in the village of Walberswick, and this is St Andrew's Parish Church. As you can see, there's quite extensive remains of the old church still left in the graveyard. Let's go and have a little look. Walberswick's population today is under 100. Evidence of its former prosperity can be clearly witnessed at St Andrew's Church. Had you passed here in the late 15th century, you would have seen one of the grandest parish churches in England, newly completed to replace a smaller church a mile away and with its own chapel of ease. It would have looked very similar to the hugely impressive church still standing at Blythborough, just a few miles distant. However, only the ruins of Walberswick only old church remain, the parishioners having been given permission in the 1690s to tear down their church and build one more, in keeping with their numbers. In the years between 1539 and 1696, it was a long period of decline in the fortunes of the town and its parish church. The dissolution of Blyth Priory and the transfer of the tithes to Sir Arthur Hopton, coupled with the decline of the port, the loss to the villagers of their common and quay, and several fires reducing the number of houses, made it impossible for this increasingly impoverished community to maintain their enormous church. Further destruction took place in 1644, when William Dowsing, the Puritan inspector for the removal of superstitious images and inscriptions, visited St Andrews. He recorded, break down 40 superstitious pictures and take off 5 crosses on the steeple and porch, and we had 8 superstitious inscriptions on the gravestones. The churchwarden's account reports that Mr Dowson came with the troopers to over the church about taking down of images and brasses of gravestones. It seems the villagers had anticipated his visit and had already removed the brasses from their stones and later sold to a Southwold glazier. A carpenter was paid for taking down 26 cherubs. Parts of the organ were sold, and in 1650 the royal arms were removed. The damage done to the church caused it to be abandoned for a while, and a meeting house hired as a place of worship. In 1696 the 40 or so worshippers unroofed the nave, chancel and north aisle. They sold the lead and timber and 3 of their 4 bells to raise £303, 1 shilling and 11 pence. Unlike most villages, Walberswick can be said to have had 4 churches, 1 near the marshes, 3 on the present site, with the last comprising a refurbished part of its predecessor. Before 1426, it seems that there were 2 churches in 1086, when the Domesday Book was made. One stood near the marshes, about 300 to 400 yards to the south of the present church. The other occupied the present site. The first recorded vicar, Alexander of Dunwich, was here in 1310. He said his successors, were also vicars of Blythburgh. The church was under the care of Blythburgh Priory, who received the tithes and provided spiritual welfare. You know the score, let's go through that door. The tower was built between 1426 and 1470, work proceeding between the 25th of March and the 25th of September each year, supported by the provision of a cade full of herring each year in time of working. The 1426 contract for building the tower ordered it to be 12 feet square internally, with walls 6 feet thick, 4 buttresses and 1 staircase vice. The tower was to be influenced by the tower at Tunstall, with the Halsworth Tower as a pattern for its windows and doorways. The masons were Richard Russell of Dunwich and Adam Pole of Blythburgh. The churchwarden's accounts record payments of fitting 8 gilded vanes to the pinnacles and gifts for bells between 1466 and 1470. The tower having been completed, the village set about building a splendid, grand, perpendicular church with similarities to Southwold, Blythburgh and Covehythe. The churchwarden's accounts for 1470 to 1520 give detail for the purchase of materials and, aided by various bequests, some indication of the growth of the building and the provision for internal decoration. Well, that's the end of this video, and it seems an appropriate place to finish it here in this amazing church. So yeah, once again I'd just like to say thank you to everyone for watching and for supporting and subscribing. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I certainly have. It's been a really good weekend, and it's just nice to do a solo one for a change. As I say, I've got plans to sort of do, camps with other people and walks with other people at some point very soon. So yeah, but no, it's good to do one on your own every now and then. It's been a really good weekend. All that leaves me to say is, yeah, get in the comments, let us know what you think. If you know the area or anything, if you've got any information to share with others about the history of Walberswick, that would be brilliant. Until then, thanks for watching. You'll see me again soon. Bye.